Hi friends, in today's lecture we will study a very important feature of Excel which is called as the Vlookup. So here I have used a file called as vl.xls and I have provided this file in the description of this video. So if you want to practice it, you can utilize the same file. So if you watch this file carefully, then there are 4 fields in this file. The first field is the product name, the second field is the product code, the third field is the quantity, and the fourth field is the price. Now take for example, I want to find out for the product mouse, so I'll write mouse over here. I want to find out what is the code for mouse, what is the quantity for mouse, and what is the price for mouse. Now if the data is limited, as you can see over here, then you can find the information very easily just by locating that product and pulling out the product code and the quantity and the price. But imagine if the data is humongous and then it becomes a challenge in locating the product name and finding out the corresponding quantity and price. Hence, Vlookup is a function given by Excel which will help you extract these values very easily. So Vlookup, so the V of the Vlookup stands for vertical. Vertical means we want to search the values vertically. So let us see how to use this Vlookup function. First, we'll use a normal Vlookup for locating the product whose name is mouse. So we'll come to the location and then we will type equal to Vlookup and then we will type open parenthesis. Now Excel is asking me the lookup value, means it is asking me what value you want to search. So I would click on mouse, comma. Now it is asking me where you want to search. Table array means specify where you want to search this value. So I would specify this entire table, comma. Now it is asking me from this table you want to pick up the value from which column. So whether you want to pick up from this column, this column, this column or this column. So the columns are numbered numerically. This is first, this is second, this is third and this is fourth. In our case, the product code is located in column number 2. Hence we will type 2 over here and then give comma. Next it is asking me, do you want an approximate match search or you want an exact match? So I want an exact search for this product whose name is mouse. Hence I will type 0. 0 stands for an exact match. Then I would give close parenthesis and hit enter and you can see that it has pulled out the correct product code for this mouse. Let me change the product code to hard disk drive HDD and you can see that it has picked up the correct product code for that. Let me change it to RAM and you can see it has picked up the correct product code for RAM as well. Now let us try to pull out the quantity. So it would be a kind of revision for Vlookup. So I would type over here equal to Vlookup, open parenthesis. Now it is asking me the lookup value. So I would select RAM. Then I would give comma. Now it is asking me table array. So I would specify this as the table array. Then I would give comma. Then it is asking me from which column you want to pick up the data. So I want to pick up the column whose number is 3, standing for quantity, and then I want the exact match, so I will say 0. I'll close parenthesis and hit enter. So for RAM, you can see it has picked up the correct quantity. And same way we'll do for price. So equal to Vlookup, open parenthesis, what value to look up, this value, comma, where to look up, over here, comma, which column you want to pick up the value. So I want to pick up the value from column number 4, comma, and you want the exact match, so 0, and I would close parenthesis and hit enter. So for RAM, the price is 2000 rupees. So this became the normal Vlookup. Now every time you can see I want to a product details, I have to type the name of the product. Now what if I want to create a drop down list? So here we can use a feature of Excel which is called as data validation. So let us see how to do data validation. So for doing the data validation, I come to the new location, then I click on data, and in data you have this feature called as validation. Here you can see you have this data validation. So I select data validation. Now it asks me allow what? So I would select list. Then it would ask me the source for the list, and this is the source for the list. And then I would click on OK. So now you can see I get a drop down and I can select any product name from this drop down. And now I can just copy these 3 formulas from here over here, and you can see that if I just change from the drop down to a new product, and the corresponding details should come here. Now remember why the details have not come, because if you see when you copy the formula down and if you click on the formula, you will see the table has got shifted. Okay, so that's because of relative cell referencing. Hence we'll have to give the formula again. So I delete this and again I say equal to Vlookup, open parenthesis, what value to look, this value, comma, where to look the value in this product, comma, then from which column you want to pick up the data from the second column, and 0 for an exact match, and hit enter. Same way we do for quantity. We say this product, we want to search in this range, and we want to pick the details from column 3 and an exact match, and enter. And same way we do for price. We say equal to Vlookup, we specify this value and we specify this as the table array, and we specify the column number as 4, and we specify 0 for exact match. So now I can select any product from this drop down list and the corresponding values are displayed. Now finally we have one last example, that is Vlookup with a named range. Now name range means I'll select this and I want to convert this into a table. So in order to convert this into a table, you have to press Ctrl T, which is the shortcut for create a table. Then it is asking you where is the data for your table. So this is my data. And does the table has headers? These are the headers. Yes. So there is a check mark here. And I would click on OK. So one table is created, and you can see the name of the table is table 1. You can specify any name of your choice. So remember, the name of the table in our scenario is table 1. So we will come over here, we will say equal to, okay, so first we'll type the product name over here, example mouse, and over here we'll type equal to Vlookup. What value to look up? This value. Where to look up? Now instead of specifying the whole name, we just type table 1. So you can see it automatically highlights that whole table. Name of the range was table 1, and then you want to pick up the data from column number 2 and 0 for exact match. So you can see for mouse it has picked up the correct range. Same way we do for quantity. Vlookup, open parenthesis, what value to look, then where to look, and you want to pick up the data from which column, and exact match. So for mouse you can see it is 100. And same way we give again Vlookup, what value to look up, this value, comma, where to look up in this range, and you want to pick up the value from 4th column, and you want the exact match 0, and you give close parenthesis, and you get the value for mouse, which is 150. So friends, we have seen a normal Vlookup scenario, we have seen Vlookup with data validation, and we have seen Vlookup with a named range. Now for your reference, I will explain you over here that your Vlookup function has 4 parameters. The first parameter I will write down what to look up. That is your first parameter. Second parameter what is asked is where to look up. Third parameter which is asked from which column. And the last is exact or approximate match. So if you remember this, that what to look up, where to look up, from which column, and whether you want an exact match or approximate match. So if you remember the Vlookup formula this way, it will help you a lot. So Vlookup is one of the most widely used functions of Excel. So I would urge you to master this function so that it would help you in your work life. So friends, hope you have learned something new, and if you like this lecture, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. So with this, we end this lecture, and we'll see you again in the next lecture. Till that time, goodbye.